Hello, welcome to this wonderful game. I'll also do a let's play of the game, but first I want to present all of the complex mechanics the game has. I played 20 hours in the full release, more or less, and to be honest it's great. It's one of the best indie games of the year. Now let's go over it very slowly. What is the concept of the game? Well, simply put, the concept of the game is to have a king defeat invaders. That's the easy part, right? Right. So what does the king have? Well, he has a few skills, and he also has a few traits. And you can unlock multiple kings. And after a while you can even unlock a lot of other cool stuff. Now, certain kings will be only available or will only make sense if you play on the second map, which is the graveyard. I'm not going into details, but basically some kings will be much better for the second map, and also some kings will have more spells related things. Others will have more unit based stuff and so on. And there's a big catch. In order to unlock the skills of the kings, you need to defeat bosses, which is not so bad on its own, but you need to have it on higher ascension level so you can unlock all of the rewards. What's even more interesting is that you have a ton of grinding to do, because you have the basic upgrades over here, for example, which gives you some basic things more or less. And then you have some more progress-based stuff, so you don't have noble buildings in your castle anymore, which is kind of funny. Then you also have Tesla towers, and you have some very cool stuff. And then here is where the game gets a little bit tricky. As you can see, we have to buy the new kings, which are kind of expensive. But also you have to unlock the royal quest. I'm not sure how this works more or less. Then you also have over here the big upgrades. Increase the HP overall choose by 15%, and I think this is just for damage. Yeah, damage 15% as well. Now, I made some progress before the game was released, so that's why you might see these things unlocked before the other ones. Don't worry about that, it just works. And also you have the full advisor system. Now, the full advisor system is a bit of a weird thing. Oh, that's a fancy beard. Because when you're playing, as you can see, you have 6 advisor slots, but 5 of them are locked, so you have to unlock them. So basically, the more you play the game, the easier it will become, right? No, it doesn't work like that, because if you make a bad decision, it will be game over. Or if you're not careful with your decisions, it will be game over as well. Now, as you can see, you have a lot of advisors. Most of them are very weird. But to unlock new advisor slots, you need to pay actually quite a bit. So let me see. That's an accountant. That's 20. I guess these two are the more important ones. Total production, but cooldown is pretty big, okay. The wise tree. Attacks that provide you various resources upon killing an enemy. Crystal mask, okay. Crystal mask, vine mask. Okay. I think it's for the grain metal, it's for the metal wooden shores. Deforestation. This reminds me of that Captain Planet episode where you have the evil or reverse Captain Planet. Which one was it? It was deforestation, smoke, radiation, heat. Smoke, forestation, poison or something, I don't know. But yeah, probably the best options over here will be to just go over here to the advisor slot and then to unlock this guy, since I really need a lot of new resources. Okay, and you might think, well, that's fun, but what else is there to do in the game? Well, you also have a lot of buildings to uncover and to unlock. Plus, the more important thing is that you can upgrade your units from, let's say, normal soldiers to much better soldiers. But I think I've spoken enough about the game. You also have the various upgrades. As you can see, at thread level 3 you will unlock the graveyard. And that will also give you a lot of rewards. Now, we'll play on the basic difficulty just because I want people to see how it is. We have easy mode, on tier 0 or thread level 0 you will have one less boss. But you cannot do challenges. Soft mode. Oh, so I see what they did. Okay. Now the challenges are simply to unlock the skills. But you also have to beat a level without upgrading your gaze. Upgrading your army limit without using any spells. So I guess you just have to play some levels without spells, some levels without bigger army units. Some games will be purely based on economy. No damage on the castle and so on. So you have a lot of stuff going on. Just play a normal threat game just because I want to, well, I don't think we'll be able to unlock anything. So let's just play on threat level 0. The king is chilling. What? No special effects. Enjoy it while you can. Interesting. Also, it means that threat level 3 will have extra stuff. I played a little bit on the threat level 3 and to be honest, it's brutal. If you think the game is easy, yeah, just try the other stuff. Let's see if we can do a challenge as well. By the way, there's one big problem with the game. There's no save and quit, so I'll probably have to lose the run anyway when I stop recording. And I think those screens are supposed to be the stuff you put over here in the gallery. So this is the picture. Okay, so we'll play on difficulty 1 so you can get a better feel for the game. So again, this is a bit of a bug, I don't know. Don't think too much about it. I should not get such a strong advisor. Also see what boss will attack you first and then it will be unknown. Not to activate this mod for now. Oh, okay, so that's his ability. And also because of my upgrades, I get some soldiers and resources. Normally you don't get these. The black sheep. Okay. And also in normal game modes you don't get these boosted resources. So I mostly play on the highest speed and then I pause the game if I need something. I have a skill that can summon peasants, but it will still take the army. Oh, I have a nice spell. And also, what is this? Sell blueprints. This is new, this was not in the... okay. So that means we can sell some of this stuff. Probably I'll sell the magic school since I never use it. So let's sell it right now. Also I'll sell the research table since I never use it. Again, this is not what I recommend you normally play the game as, but more experienced. They made it more clear what it produces. So as you can see here, you'll produce a peasant for 7 grain, and the peasant has the tag Grand, has 10 DPS, has 35 HP. And also, the more peasants you have, the more production you have. So 10 peasants means 10% more production. So that's why I want to stick with the peasants for a little bit. Now since we got that bonus in resources, because I unlocked something, normally you don't get that bonus. You can put the peasant huts over there. You can demolish certain buildings like the wells because they can be rebuilt for free, but normally the more buildings you have, the more expensive they'll become. So yeah, I also recommend you unlock these things first because they're really nice to have to increase your production. This is the first wave, it's coming very, very fast. Okay, so since we have a little bit of wood, I think I'll just put another grain, no, market. We need wood and grain so we can build the marketplace. With that, and just have them sell the grain. It's required to upgrade the gaze, and wood is required to upgrade the unit limit. I guess they need barracks or something. And at some point you'll just fill up the entire castle area with other stuff. Oh, it's coming. I also don't want to waste a single second. Oh, I kind of missed my first attack, but it's okay. So you get dinari, which are just currency for buying stuff on the shop. Also just click over here to see what they give you. Now I don't really want any of these. The assassin is not that bad, but I think the developer should put more stats over here because it's important. The assassin is super slow, so he'll walk very slowly to the field. Also, at some point you unlock the traits for the unit. So imagine if you have, let's say, an assassin temple that has assassin damage doubled. That's going to be worth it. Or let's say if you have, let's say, 9 peasants, and when the peasants die, you receive 2 gold. So you're only spending grain and you're receiving gold for them. So some of these upgrades are going to really change the way the game is played. I like it. So reroll, those are some bad choices. Oh, perfect. Basic production. Coal mine is not that good because you need 56 gold to build it, which means you'll only get about 144 gold. Grapes are very good as an endgame resource, but they're not very useful in the beginning of the game. You can also reroll this, but don't reroll too much. So sadly, or in a way better, we have some choices to make. So here, you can see you fight 4 goblin bandits for 40 denarii, and then also this is optional. So this is mandatory, but this is optional. Oh, I don't really like spells. Guess we'll just have to play with this. Bandit and crossbowman. Yeah, these are kind of the same. And then you add more stuff over here based on what you want. I really want that artifacts will put it last. Wallbuster will also be first over here. I guess I should get an extra spell. So this is easy. This is very hard. You're going to choose what your next waves are, but you might be thinking, well, why not just clear everything out from the waves? Well, if you do that, you will grow much slower and you'll have much less economy and much less military units. It's going to be very annoying and very hard. Oh, see, this is why I want 50 grapes. If you have 50 grapes on your first question, on your first choice, you will have a lot of other resources. These are random events. Yeah, this is Ash Williams from Evil Dead. Like breeding your gaze is not so good in the beginning because I guess this event is better if you receive it later. 100 gold. Now, since we have all of these peasants on the field, we'll also recruit the other 4 or other 3, so that's 9. It's great because now, oh, if you mouse over them, you can see their DPS and health. That's so cool. Don't remember this. So also we can increase the base production, but we don't do that. So as you can see, that's done, but it will be for grain once we upgrade the gaze. And now we need clay. Clay is a bit of a weird resource because sometimes you need a lot of it, sometimes you don't need any of it. And as you can see, we're above the population cap. King Baldwin. Oh, this is so cool. 15. As you can see, we deal a lot more damage, but we have less health. Oh, nice, we didn't lose any soldier. Or any peasant, I mean. Now, this is all kind of junk, and I probably will want to reroll this. Animal farm is great. You can have meat for water and grain, but we don't need the meat for anything. So based on your needs, sometimes you'll have to choose buildings for later, sometimes you have to choose buildings for now. Winery. I'll have to reroll this. Oh man, that's worse, so I'll have to reroll the reroll. I guess I'll just take the animal farm, yeah. As you can see, when these buildings are over, that's it, you have to buy a new version of them. Otherwise you'll be in deep trouble. Also get some wood so we can upgrade the unit limit. So yeah, at some point you might run out of grain or you might run out of wood, which is the scary part. We can boost the production. That is a very annoying place to have that one. So you can no longer move your buildings once you put them down forever. Yeah, I think I need another row of militia, but again, we'll do it the same way as before. We'll summon them and then we'll use the spell, or the skill, I mean. Also, they can attack your castle, and if you spawn units behind them, they'll not get attacked, which is kind of an interesting thing. I have 2 spells. Oh, I like the Infernals. Firework is more useful. Clay mine, this is what I wanted. We don't need a lot of clay, like I said, but we just need enough. I'll probably build a clay mine over there along some trees, and then I'll move this over here. See, it's all about controlling your production, controlling your units, and controlling a lot of other stuff as well. I guess you can also get resources, but it's kind of expensive trading the gold. You might get metal, you might get wine, you might get some things, but that's hard. Also, morale gives you damage, wine gives you morale. The basic stuff. That archer has a lot of HP, but not a lot of damage. The giant has everything. I guess I should summon the demons, or a single demon. It has 76 damage, that's crazy. So with cannon fodder, he'll do a lot of good work. Samurai helm. Well, at least that's useful for something. Okay, let's make sure we're getting in that clay so we can upgrade the vision once again. And now we're just waiting for better buildings, I suppose, which is not a good idea. Oh, if we have only wall busters, that's better. The trader is coming, the prophecy will be next. The prophecy also gives you a lot of stuff in the beginning. This will be easy, I'm not stressed out about it. We can also summon more peasants. Yeah, the spell is over, sadly. Again, these guys don't attack, but they can do some damage to our wall. I guess we're kind of cheesing the system, if you ask me. Usually you want to have about 60 denarii when you're visited by the trader, because you can buy an artifact. Oh, she had 60, but again, I just bought those things. Yeah, this is why I shouldn't do that too many times. Lumberjack farm or wheat field. Let's upgrade one of your buildings. So basically you need either 50 or 60, but 60 is the best one. Cannot sell stuff for the rest of the money. I guess I would have gotten the indescribable figure, but this has a big cooldown, so it's not that useful. Also just buy buildings or resource stuff. Yeah, I learned my lesson many times by just running out of resources, so that's why I usually buy the resources now. We'll put the lumberjack farm over there. So this produces slower, but it produces wheat. 2 seconds. Yeah. Produces both wheat and grain at the same time, 1 and 1. I guess we'll also need some wood. In case you're wondering why do we need so much wood, increase your unit limit. Also, I'm not getting any iron, sadly, so I'll have to kind of hope for the best in the next attack. Yeah, because of my choices, I made the game much easier for myself in a way. Wandering trader. Okay, so we got a lot of other stuff as well. Gain iron. Oh, I like that a lot. Levi barracks. I guess we'll take another archery. And we'll take the grape, but also we'll need. Yeah, this is why I should always take the basic resources. I also like to gather them up like this, so I guess this is a little bit of a bug, but you can just stack the wall busters together for an easier time. Goblin, giant and bandit, I guess that will be okay. And I also want the upgrade. That's a lightning mage, it will not be that bad. Deforestation. I like the sawmill a lot. Sawmill is just the basic building for wood. I guess they should explain some things better, but they don't really do it. Guess we'll build a sawmill over here, so we'll have more wood production. Now, in case you're wondering how does this work, well, at this. But they don't show you the production, the building cost anymore. No, they do. So if I destroy this building and I want to build it again, that's about 40 wood and about 30 grain. We have to pay less because of the advisor we have. So we'll destroy this for now. Now again, this is something you need to learn as time passes. You need to learn what resources you need, and the game functions on a recruit unit basis. So for example, if I destroy this building, I'll not have enough, let's say, water, wood or grain to build it, but if I just leave it where it is, I'll have enough grain. So sometimes you just have to leave the buildings where they are, since you don't want to farm the same resource over and over. You want to move to other resources, which are more interesting and more fun. That. Now the construction is a bit weird because you can just change it into anything you like. Wait, I thought I had I don't have any iron. I must have spent it on something. Since we have infinite iron, I think we'll just make the wheat field. Now again, this is more or less based on what you need. You can make clay, iron, sawmill or wheat field. Now since these are not attack units, they'll not do anything to us. I can also just use this if I wanted, but I don't think it's worth it right now. I guess we'll not get the broader gaze upgrade too soon, but we do have a lot of archers to recruit. When we get some good iron. I guess this is the hard part of the game, choosing. Yeah, they'll do some damage. I cannot stop all of them, sadly. That's not such a good idea all the time. Oh, I cannot refuse a good tile, 50% boost, but this will need oil. Hospital. Recycle. Since this is a shorter game, I don't intend to play for a longer amount of time. I'll not get that enchanted tile because it's very hard to use. A gold mine, and I'll put the grapes over there. Now we're just floating resources like crazy because we're not killing a lot of units. And we only have the archers. So yeah, if this was a harder game, this would have not worked. You need to have many more troops at this point. Oh, we're so close. It will be bad. It will be very, very close. They'll kill most of these guys. Demolish that. Hey, good luck beating the bigger guys. Okay, now we're just trading. So this is why you need a lot more resources, because sometimes you'll just train extra soldiers like this during an attack. So this will be kind of bad if you cannot get the situation under control. We're kind of losing a lot of gold over here, sadly. I think we can also just make them spawn all at the same time, but that would be even worse in a way, because we need to stop doing what we're doing. And this is where the greed comes in. I should have just waited a little bit and made more units instead of just, you know, kind of bomb rushing them with peasants for a long amount of time. If you don't know what to pick, just pick wheat fields. This is time to a crystal mine. I already have a sawmill and I'll not run out of wood for a very long amount of time, so I guess I take the crystal mine in case I want something. The deforestation spell is so funny to me, I don't know why. I always think of Captain Planet. Smog, deforestation, radiation. Okay, now things are a little easier. As you can see, we are kind of... doing okay with resources right now. I think, yeah. Oh, I used that too soon. Or I used it too late. Can I make them retreat? I always forget about this. I don't think we can. So this is only a peacetime thing. Anything that gives you resources per kill is an amazing item. Polish that. And now we actually have a little bit of a production side. I don't know what the king is doing. We can produce 2 peasants and 2 archers more or less at the same time. Guys have a lot of health. Okay, send in the peasants yet again. I like this so much. If you don't know what resource to produce, just make water. Now the gnomes are also pretty good as well, but sadly they're not range and they cost a lot of gold. I don't like them. I have quite a bit of gold. I'll just do 1 reroll. Hunters are great, but they have too much HP, not enough damage. I guess I'll just take an assassin, but they're so slow, they're kind of useless. On the other hand, they give HP to Grunt troops. Are that just Grunt? No, they are ranged. I think I'll take the assassin because it gives a lot more HP to Grunt. So as you can see, your choices will not always be based on what you want, but there will be more based around what you have. You have no champions, you have no riders, you have no warriors. We'll take the extra damage for champions for later. Now it's just nice and peaceful. Well, let's make more archers. Also just, as you can see, this progress stops ticking, so you can also just make an archer and then leave it. You cannot leave your buildings at 99% and when the attack comes and you lose a soldier, it will go to 100. No, that would be fun, but no. I'll only play until the first boss, to be honest, because at that point everyone kind of knows what to expect. So this is the first wave according to my choices. Oh, they still managed to kill a peasant. Doing a reroll. Okay, so the game likes to give me a lot of iron. I don't think we need more iron unless we recruit something with iron, so... Take the voodoo beads. That is not useful. The forge is so rare, I will always take it. And this would have been nice as well. As for spells, no thank you. I also like to leave a little bit of money for another round. Okay, that's filled up. Yeah, getting the last ones is kind of hard. I should probably put a crystal mine over here. Actually, no. The forge would also not be very good there. But let's kind of exhaust all of the stuff here. By the way, your units don't heal. To heal them, you need to do some other things. Oh, Vine Mask. The masks are so good. Well, you have to unlock them, so I guess that's why they seem a little bit too good. I guess I'll just take the swordsman. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a free reroll. I'll take the skeleton since they're basically free water. Yeah, and the wheat, because you need a lot of wheat to keep producing units. The gold mine might be an interesting option, right? But just look at this, it needs 60 metal. I think I'll just take the metal and then we'll just kind of abuse the system. So first of all, I want the levy barracks and I want the basic production first. Now the lightning mages are cool, but be careful because sometimes you'll have a fire mage or a goblin pig or some other crazy stuff that might be too much for you in the beginning. Okay, that's another basic production. That. And I really want the upgrade card second. No, this is tempting, but I can live without a spell. Basic production, wheat field. Sadly, again, you have to kind of memorize everything. So that's a wheat field. That's a small wheat field. So a wheat field will give you what? 1000 resources as opposed to 100. So this would be the worst choice ever. Receive 100. I don't know what that was about. I never really read the events. I just look at the rewards. Now, you might be wondering where do you put all of this production? Well, up here. I guess we need to do some of that as well. We could also just focus on getting gold, but that's going to be annoying. So let's destroy that. Let's put that over there. And now just producing water and the skeletons that we need. Skeletons are just better, slightly better than peasants. I guess they're much better than peasants, but don't tell them that. Don't tell the peasants they're better off dead. As you can see, all of these peasants are contributing to my economy, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's also another reason to use the peasants a lot in the beginning. But by doing it like this, we cannot build assassin, which is annoying. Okay, so let's stop doing that. I guess we'll need some wood. Should have taken the grapes now that I look at it. Yeah, actually do it like this. Let's get her quite a bit of water. I should replace this with the iron mine, to be completely honest. That is not really that much needed. Okay, so we have a sizable army. We can also summon a demon or an infernal creature. Yeah, I should summon a demon. These guys are very annoying because they go through your back line and they can really destroy it. I guess I'll re-roll it. Magic aura. I don't really use spells, so we'll just reroll this as well, which makes things worse. Oh, what is this? This will increase damage dealt by and HP. So 5% health save, 5% HP. That's cool. I guess we cannot see the numbers on. I think these guys were. I don't know. I don't remember. It works. Don't worry. It works. It's kind of nice and quiet right now, is it not? Okay, now this is the tricky part of the game. If you don't get enough endgame units, you will be kind of defenseless in a way. Don't think too much about what just happened. The archers are kind of winning. They're not even upgraded. I'll just get one more bone pit. Oh, this is guts from Berserk, but I just like the Worm Riders. They're just so good overall. It gives a lot of stuff to grunts, so more attack speed to the grunts, but again, I'm just thinking for the end game. I'll not use the grunts up for a very long time. It's okay if we do it like that. I may be wondering why am I using so many skeletons? Well, because they're cheap, they're pretty strong, and if you get the upgrade for them, they'll give you 5 flour upon death, which is crazy good. I just throw a wheat field over there so we don't waste any production. Okay, we have reached the population cap. I guess one house will be destroyed, so we have room for the worms, which you lose as soon as some of these people die. It's such a crazy good game. Come on, where is the first boss? I think the first boss comes around day 200 or something. Tell you, I cannot really show you the crazy stuff because it takes a long time to get it. We go to the trader. For each 4% for each warrior ally. We don't have any warriors. That's kind of useless right now. My king ability is not that good. Probably will not get anything over here. Black sheep explodes, okay. Potter farm, well, I don't want... Wow, this is such a bad merchant. I guess I can also just buy a troop upgrade, but that's even more useless. Yeah, one of those rare cases where I just decide to keep my money. Guess we have to get a Worm Rider. Sadly, you lose a lot of production time just getting your units back up to strength. Skeletons are kind of draining my water supply, but I guess it's okay since they are not that bad. Okay, well now we have max population and you'll see the worms going behind the enemy, which is going to be very, very funny. The boss has arrived. Margra. I don't think they'll be able to evade much. I think we can live without the peasants, but we need the archers. Let's activate the production. I think we'll have an... yeah, the worms are actually pretty beefy. What is that guy doing over there? First boss defeated, so that's basically everything you need to know. I guess ranged attack is always good. Legendary artifact. Goose Riders are the start of every wave, that's amazing as well. Legendary spell. I like the legendary firework. You're now getting somewhere. I guess you can just get him and he'll be strong enough on his own. I mean, 300 HP, he's a champion and a warrior, plus he helps the grunts out. I guess he's the better choice. Now the enchanted stamp needs flour to work, but you can have fairies and centaurs. Wait, where are the centaurs? You can no longer have centaurs. But I guess there's a problem with how this is shown, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they also create centaurs. Oh no, I think this is a bug. The developers probably forgot about the centaurs. I don't see any centaur over there. Oh well. I guess we'll get guts. You can also reroll that if you like. Again, you need a lot of grain, trust me. Don't worry about it, you'll need a lot of grain. Wood is not that much needed, but I guess we still have 2 wood. Okay. I might take the gold mine, to be honest. We just have too much grain anyway. We have some resources left over there. And the prophecy is the same thing as before. Oh, that's even better. Building upgrade, but no, kingdom infrastructure. That goblin lizard will be annoying to deal with, so we'll put this on wave 2. A lot of cool upgrades, so yeah, the stone golems are a bit too strong and I don't really need them, but they'll give us Dinari. Frontface is actually a very strong character, so I'm not going to risk it. Oh, a carrier pigeon. 20... what? 20 of the big guys, but you get to production. No, no, yes. Volkar the Gold Hoarder, so it's the dragon, the next boss. I will not play for longer, because that's not the idea. The idea was to kind of showcase the game and give everyone a very good idea of what to expect, and I think we did that. Now just gathering up resources, I guess. Just put some trees over here. Okay, let's have guts on the field and then I'll end the video. I'll also just use the legendary fireworks. Look at that go, it's amazing, isn't it? You have to be very careful with guards because it's one of those things that you cannot remove once it's down. Except that the rain doesn't give you any water. Guess we're just waiting. Also more peasants. We didn't really get any good upgrades for anything, so no synergy in this game, but you kind of get the idea. Here comes the sun. I guess the game is all about the memes. But those are the goose warriors that spawn, so worm rider, skeletons, goose, here comes the sun. Also this is reminding me of an anime, I think Darkstalkers or something like that, where a guy that was basically a sun was traveling inside the sun. So I guess this is... here comes... I don't know, it's a combination of multiple memes. The game has a very fine culture of memes, if you ask me. The worms, yeah, they're definitely from Dune. Oh, we get to see some of the more interesting stuff. Fairy Fountain produces resources at random, but it costs a lot make, and it's kind of random. Now this will work without you looking at it, but this one is a very tricky thing to use because you need to watch it for it to work. So that basically means most of the times you'll be giving away 1 square of your vision so you can use another free tile. So it's not as good as it seems because it's super expensive. It only gives you vision for over 2 or 3 more tiles depending on how your city is laid out, but trust me, it's not as good as it sounds. This is also not as good as it sounds. Yeah, I guess I'll... Wheel of Fortune, okay. The shop is so far away, I don't think I'll play... Okay, like I said, we'll have to put guts on the field and then I'll end the video. Oh no. Well, that's a lot of wood we just burned through. And we need more gold. As you can see, I kind of exaggerated with some of my activities and we didn't get all of the cool upgrades either. I guess you can technically just have a lot of peasants out all the time. Doesn't seem like much, but trust me, it helps a lot. Because they also give you some production bonuses. Yeah, but also the Goose Riders are super strong, look at them go. Plus they don't need resources to be built. All of the backline was demolished by the Worm Riders and the Goose Riders. Nice. Capacity, oh, HP. You receive gold sometimes if you just do this, so that's great. I guess this is all dependent on your choice, in fact. Yeah, it's still the better choice in a way. Troop training. Range. The Goose Rider is a champion, the Swordsman is also a champion, so any of these buffs will make them super strong, so I guess this is the way. Come on guys, don't take a break. Now, let me try one more thing before I forget. Yeah, we can just dismiss them, but dismissing them means you not get anything for them. I guess you can also just use this almost on a cooldown. I need the marketplace back. Yes, we can probably finish the game, but this was kind of unlucky in terms of other things. So yeah, this is the game. This is only one king on this single map, only on this difficulty, and you're not even seeing most of the stuff I would have had by now anyway. Just seeing me playing the game with minimal, how should I put it, minimal good luck, but kind of maximal RNG. Well, I guess I have to wait a minute. Let's just lose the battle so we can see what happens. I guess there's a limit to how many we can send to the barracks. Yeah, let's lose the battle so you can see what happens after that, because I don't want to play longer on this map anyway. It's very easy to lose the fights if you ask me. Well, maybe not now, because I'm just so far ahead in certain things. Yeah, those Goose Riders are super strong, as you can imagine. Look at that fisherman. What is that? Wish I could see what's over there. So, as you can see, you have a lot of resource types. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 types of resources. 15 if you count also the town Dinari. Wow, that goose killed everything? That's a goose hero. So the goose is also buffed by some other things, but yeah. Oh, come on. Why is it so hard to lose right now? Good job, Goose Warrior. This is one of the strongest units in the game. Oh, I guess you got the meal. Yeah, this would have been a great game. More. I don't think they... No, I think they spawn. I guess they despawned and now to spawn again. 177 HP and 58 damage, that's a lot. Just showing you the buildings right now. Let's spin the wheel once. Oh, that's a big wheel. We have black sheep and assassins coming out. Yeah, the black sheep on their own don't do anything, so they need other buildings and other stuff to be useful. Okay, we lost, oh sadly, right? That's a lot of coins, so don't worry about progression. You're actually going to progress super fast in the beginning. I want that as well, but first of all we have to banish more nobles, and because I wanted more building space over there. Also said I wanted this advisor as fast as possible, so that's 15, oh, 20. So I guess for 60 coins will get me the advisor slot plus the advisor itself, so that will make the game much easier, I think. Why is it showing me this symbol over here? Oh, I completed the challenge, I forgot about that. How do I get the rewards? Yeah, I think this will be added to the gallery. Okay, our first ascension. So that's that. That's the game, that's a level, that's a boss. And that's my review for the game. Just amazing, just great gameplay, just imaginative. This is what indie games are all about. Just a lot of imagination and fun stuff. Also, by the way, none of these guys are Americans or Western Europeans by their names, judging by their names. See you next time. Bye bye.